All right, guys, let's talk about 1099s, the start of tax season. Hello, I'm Stephen Abbott, and I'm the founder of Abbott CFO Solutions. Now let's jump into this one. I'm excited to be talking about 1099s. Said no one ever. But I just wanted to put a short video together to help you guys understand, do you need to be filing and submitting 1099 forms? What are they? And just a high-level overview. And then I'll put together additional videos in the coming weeks that kind of talk about how you file them, what are best practices, my advice for them. That way, if you guys are trying to manage it on your own, you kind of have the tips and tricks on how to do it. So there's essentially 4 questions that you're asking to determine if you have to fill out a 1099 form and provide that to someone. The first is, are they providing you services for your business? So if you hire someone to mow your lawn personally at home, you don't need to fill out a 1099. This is for business to business transactions where you're paying for a service, not paying for a product. So if you're going to a vendor and you buy paper from them, for instance, you're buying a product for them. You're not buying a service. So no 1099 is needed in that instance. So services, and that sometimes can mean a lot of things. It could be the person designing your website. It could be your accountant doing your books. It could be an affiliate that's doing marketing for you. So if you're not buying a product, but you're buying a service, then you'll need to move on to question number 2. So the second one is a dollar threshold. So you need to look at the whole year, not any individual payment, but you need to add up all individual payments for the year. And anyone that you paid over $600 of services for the year, you will need to go on to the next question. The third question is, how did you pay them? So if you pay them with ACH, check, cash, or through Zelle, then you'll need to issue a 1099. And why is this important? Because if you pay them with a credit card or you use another third-party payment processor like PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, the credit card processor or the third-party payer in this instance, they will actually issue a 1099 to the vendor. It's a different form. It's called a 1099K, but they will be the ones filing that instead of you. Now, if you've gotten through those first 3, those are going to be the ones that are the most obvious to figure out just from your bookkeeping. If you paid them for a service, if you paid them over $600 for the year, and you paid them through ACH, cash, Zelle, or a check, then the 4th question is, are they a corporation? And you really won't know this without asking them for a W-9 form. So whenever you work with a vendor and they're going to provide services for you, you'll ask them for a W-9 form. And most service providers that have been in business will automatically know what this form is. They'll probably have one on hand, and it's no big deal to ask. Once they provide that W-9 to you, on there you'll be able to see how they're taxed. Are they taxed as a corporation, whether it's S or C Corp, or are they taxed as something else, as a sole proprietor or a partnership? So once you've collected that W-9 and you have that information, you'll know if they're a corporation or not. If they're a corporation, you do not need to file a 1099 for them. So that's the 4-step framework to determine if you need to issue a 1099. And I should probably clarify, I've referred to it as a 1099, but there are a lot of 1099 forms. There's a 1099 NEC, which is non-employee compensation, and that's what I've been meaning when I refer to a 1099. But there's also a 1099 MISC. There's a 1099D that you get if you have dividends or other types. So there's actually a lot of different 1099s out there, but to clarify, I'm speaking specifically about the 1099 NEC, which is non-employee compensation. This is typically the form you're filling out when it's a service provider. So once you've kept your books up through the year, you can kind of pull that list. So you can go pull payments to vendors, a total for the year, and get your list. And that's what you're really looking for is, did they provide a service? Did I pay them over $600 for the year? Did I pay them either with cash, Zelle, check, or ACH? And are they a corporation or not? And that's how you'll determine if you owe them a 1099. And I'll be putting together a couple more videos. One on how to file 1099s, what recommendations do I have on service providers to do this or doing it manually. And then I'll put another one together on just tips and tricks to make this process easier. If you just started your business, you're getting to the end of the year, and you're starting to freak out because you need to do this and you haven't ever done it before, I'm going to provide a video that kind of talks about best practices through the year to make it a no-stress January when you need to fill out your 1099. Hope this video was helpful for you. If there's anything else you have questions about or you'd like to know more about, we're trying to put together content for you that's relevant for small business owners. So leave a comment or send us an email, and we love to address the topics that you want to hear about. Until the next one, God bless.